Hi guys, it's Cindy and Rudy and Blanks are all here. I wanted to come on and give you some tips um, to help you with loss. And you all know I've been going through it. We've all been going through it. After losing our sweet Iggy so suddenly, it's was really devastating, multiplied because of just the surprise. I'm sure it was complications due to his Addison's that his poor little body just couldn't, just gave out. So anyway, over the past few weeks, we've really been struggling, and I wanted to share with you a few things that I found that helped me, because I know some of you are struggling too. And if you're not currently going through it, you will at some point. Unfortunately, what did they say? Grief is the price we pay for love. I don't know who said that, but it couldn't be any truer. Let's get at it. The first is music. You know how much I love music. My son's a musician. I just love it, and it does help to raise your vibration. It's a very fast and easy way to change your mood. I said before, music has literally saved my life, growing up, that it was an escape for me, going to concerts, being around like-minded people. It is wonderful, so utilize it. And whatever music you resonates with you. I'm all about the punk, I'm all about the emo, because it helps put into words things that I'm feeling. I mean, the songwriters are much more eloquent than I am. And so it does help you to process and elevate that mood. So music, whatever resonates with you. So that's number 6. And then number 5 goes with music, and that's exercise. And the kinesiology of it has been proven. Movement helps to release the stress hormones, cortisol. It helps to release endorphins and serotonin and all those feel-good things. So the music and the dance, or if you like to jog or work out or just go for a walk while listening to some good music, they really go hand in hand. One of my friends used to run marathons, and she would talk about it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why would you run on purpose? I mean, you all know I am not running unless somebody's chasing me. And even then, I'm going to die. Okay, so that's all there is to it. I'm not even going to try. But she would be like, oh, I love running, and, it releases the endorphins and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you can get endorphins from a glass of wine too. So that's my exercise of choice, which leads me to number 4, and that's comfort food. Comfort food. I have been visiting the wine cellar a little bit, so I find wine very comforting as well. But comforting food, the things full of carbs. Again, carbs have been proven to release serotonin and dopamine. That's why we get addicted to sugar. That's why we get addicted to carbs, which, the pastas, they turn into sugar. So that is a way to make yourself feel better while you're processing everything. It's not the solution. We're not talking about, addiction where it goes on and on and on, but in the short term, while you process and get over those hurdles. And what goes hand in hand with that is cooking. Some people find cooking very relaxing. Personally, I find cooking very stressful. The only thing I do in the kitchen is mixing drinks and stuffing Kongs. That's my expertise in the kitchen. But Gary loves to cook. Alex loves to bake, and it's a way for them to process and to help relieve relieve or alleviate some of the grief, and then I very much help them out by eating what they cook. So it's a win-win. So cooking, eating, comfort yourself, and then flowers. So then we're up to flowers, which I never really got when I was younger. People would have flowers delivered. I have a friend that has flowers delivered every week, and I'm like, okay, that's great. You do you. Going to funerals, I never really got it. Even at weddings, I was like, okay, well, you just do it. I get it now, though. I really get the whole flower thing. It really helps to change the mood, changes the energy, and I think that's really so important. The house, it's so weird, even though we still have the dog and the cat and the kids, and there's lots of stuff going on at all times. The energy is so weird. There's definitely something missing. So flowers help to just brighten and liven things up. And right now, everything is blooming. We have so many rose bushes outside. It's really has helped a lot that everything is blooming. So bring some of that inside. Get yourself some flowers. Pick the ones that are outside, bring them in, whether you're yours or your neighbors. Trader Joe's has flowers very inexpensively. You guys have been so kind, and you've had so many delivered to me and given us so many the past couple weeks, and it really does help. It really does help. So flowers, and then kind of dovetailing to that, something that I have always done, and we just did for Iggy, and I kind of do it on the down low. Nobody really knows that I'm doing this, but for every loss, I plant a rose bush. That's why we have so many roses. So that they keep living on, I guess. But it's kind of like I have my own little memorial garden, which is turning into a forest. I have a forest of roses, and so that kind of helps too, to plant something that lives on in their memory. And essential oils kind of dovetails with the fragrance as well. I do essential oils every day. I love essential oils. But again, the fragrance helps to change the energy and change your vibration, even in the best of times, but especially in the worst of times. It really does help. The trick with essential oils is finding something that resonates with you. I personally, again, love rose. I love roses. Roses remind me of my grandmother. My grandmother always, they didn't have roses, but her lotion was roses, and her house, whatever house fragrance she had, it just reminds me of my grandmother. And maybe that's why I find it a little extra comforting. But I love the rose fragrance. Lavender, ylang ylang is one of my favorites. So it's really just finding something that resonates with you, because everybody's chemistry is different, and what speaks to me is not going to speak to you. One size does not fit all. And then finding a essential oil that is a good pure brand. There's so many that are just synthetic fragrances that call them essential oils, so you want a pure brand. And I'll link the one that I use down below, just FYI. I use them because that's what the veterinarians use for animals, so it's a very pure blend. It's 100% oils from plants. And then the next one, believe it or not, is cleaning. Cleaning really helps. And this, I remember reading a psychological paper on this, oh my gosh, 30 years ago. And I was like, okay, cleaning helps process grief and anxiety and depression. Whatever. But I get it. It's true. Cleaning and sorting things out. They say if you want to change your life, clean out your closet. It's really true. And whether it's, getting rid of the stagnant energy, the stagnant things, both physical and metaphysical, really does help. I think this is something else that comes with age, where I get it now. I really understand. With age does come wisdom, I suppose, and some wrinkles. But I get it. Clean out your closet. I was really depressed the other day, and I just started just kind of almost innately scrubbing and cleaning out the kitchen, and I felt so much better afterwards. And it does help clean out the energy. It's physical, but I think then you also have a nice clean kitchen afterwards, which makes you feel better too. So I think all these things work on different layers, but cleaning and sorting through things. So tackle those projects that you have been putting off. And I think it also helps to keep you occupied, so you're not thinking about your grief and your loss as much. So cleaning and sorting. And then the number one thing, save the best for last, and that's community. Community. I cannot tell you how much it means to have you guys, how supportive you have been, how wonderful you have been, and just, coming up to me in class and not saying anything, just giving me a hug. And we both know we don't have to say anything, because you've been there. I've been there more times than I'd like to admit or remember, I guess. So just having that supportive community, and having my wonderful husband and my wonderful boys that so get it, and they're there to support me. I'm such a strong person, and I've been through so much, and I've had to handle so much. But even the strongest of person needs somebody to lean on, and I think really strong people need somebody even stronger to lean on. And I am so fortunate to have Gary and the boys be there, to literally pick me up sometimes, when to literally physically pick me up. So community. And I remember when I lost my first dog, I don't even know how long ago, don't make me do math. People in my life were like, well, it's just a dog. It's just a dog. I don't know why you're so upset. It's just a dog. And if you have somebody say that to you, and again, this comes with wisdom and age, the wisdom that comes with age, maybe they shouldn't be in your life, or limit how much they're in your life. That's what we call a toxic personality. That's what we call toxicity. And even, 10 years ago, the stuff that I tolerated from people, I would not tolerate today. That comes from therapy too. But anybody that says it's just a dog, I think that's time to reevaluate your relationship with that person. So community is very important. And obviously you're here, you're in our community. If you need help, you reach out. That's what we're here for, to support each other. And that's why I like doing these things, because we learn from each other, and we support each other, and we help each other. That's what it's all about. So anyway, those are the 6 tips to help process your grief. I hope this has helped, even in a small way, to help you with what you're going through, and what you'll go through in the future. We're all with you. So let me know what you think. Let me know your tips, things that have helped you. And till next time, go love and play and cherish your dogs. Take care.